Do you know how on big action movies like, say, Transformers or the original Avengers, no one you care about dies, but then, to make it look more dangerous, the final act introduces several disposable background characters, NPCs dying left and right, even entire cities, countries, planets, galaxies, universes, dimensions, and even timelines could disappear in the climax. That is Loki Season 2.
Loki?
Originally, I was going to do a summary of the first 2 episodes of Loki Season 2. Given that no one is talking about this, I assumed it was neither not too bad to mock, nor too good to praise. And I was right. This is a confusing mess of qualities, shortcomings, rushed storylines, and crazy high stakes, lacking characters you can care about.
Nobody cares.
More jarringly, this show asks you to fill out its plotlines with your imagination. I will do it for you though, as we review the few things that have happened so far. Episode 1 starts with Loki running away from the TVA agents. Mobius doesn't know him, as he's in the past. He slips in and out the past and the present, and the characters around him react with great levels of excitement.
Wow.
In the past, though, he hears Kang and the former TVA leader, Renslayer, talk about a war.
Using these lasers, we punch a hole in the protective layer around the world, which we call the ozone.
In the present, Mobius talks about jet skis.
I don't care.
Me neither, Paul. Let's move on to the next scene. Mobius and the most athletic officer in the world discuss with the new TVA leader, Dux, an old lady. Blink and you miss it. But next to her is X5, a minor character that plays a role later on. Anyhow, Mobius lowers his head and B-15 does the talking. Together, they agree that the TVA is a lie and that they need to stop erasing other timelines. And who's this old lady in the meeting? Use your imagination or scan your database for Marvel Easter eggs. Once Loki meets with Mobius, they try to convince the audience how dangerous Kang is, but we've already seen Kang defeated twice in the MCU. Anyhow, they meet OB, a scientist who knows how to fix Loki's problem. This scene was fun, though, as Loki, OB, and Mobius had a seamless conversation in the past and the present. Great editing and also great actor from Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. Anyway, Loki's problem is known as who cares about the name because they fix it by the end of the episode, with a lot of luck. In fact, so much luck and so many explanations that it was confusing. Allow me to elaborate. Mobius has a machine with a hook. He needed to hook Loki's time signature or something in the temporal loom, a room with raw timeline energy. Loki needed to prune himself in an exact time, but he time slipped into the future where he could not find a pruning stick. Even so, someone pruned him from the back, but not before he found his lifelong obsession Sylvie in the future. We never learn who pruned him, but it was just in time because he landed where Mobius is and they both went back to safety. Coincidences are just a given in Disney Plus shows, and this is the best Disney can do regarding tension and danger. Characters boast about how dangerous something is only to fix it in a couple of scenes, then they move on to the next danger. So let's move on. The next problem is that the timelines are branching out too quickly and it could explode, I guess. In the meantime, Dux, in another blink and you miss it scene, commanded several soldiers to go somewhere. On to episode 2. In the next episode, Mobius and Loki are hunting X5 in 1977 London. Do you remember the minor character from episode 1? He apparently became a rogue TVA agent. He became an actor, modified a tempad, and found information about Sylvie and Dux's plans. How and when? Use your imagination.
Sylvie's not here.
We just got here.
It doesn't feel right.
I know, but why?
It's too safe. It's not a war zone, it's not an apocalypse, it's not her style.
Okay, well maybe she's changing tack. Plus we got a hit on a tempad that belonged to Hunter X5 before it went dark.
Well, if the tempad went dark, then she found him first.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Loki catches him with his confusing set of powers, and then they proceed to question him for the information he knows. At the same time, they learn that Miss Minutes, Kang's AI helper, is helping Renslayer. In between scenes show characters eating pie, chilling, talking, and having some doubts about the TVA and their mission. Much needed padding to fill the 30 minutes quota. And so finally Loki cracks X5 with aggressive tactics. Minor character reveals Sylvie has a new regular life. And from all of the things a goddess could have picked, she chose to work in a McDonald's in the USA.
Are you gonna order something? Or
Loki, Mobius, and X5 find her immediately. Sylvie, the murderous, treacherous villain who killed Kang despite the consequences it could have on reality, just wants a normal life. I thought she wanted Kang's power, but okay, she can't have a normal life either, because according to X5, Dox is planning something bad. Remember Dox? She appeared for 2 minutes in the first episode. Well, that Dox wants to prune all of the branching timelines as the TVA has always done, while the rest of the characters are like,
Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful.
so they fight Dox and other NPCs in a boring and pointless action scene because they achieved nothing. Back on the TVA, OB reveals the next danger to countless NPCs in different dimensions, universes and timelines.
What's wrong, Rick? Is it the quantum carburetor or something? Quantum carburetor? Jesus, Morty, you can't just add a sci-fi word to a car word and hope it means something. Huh, looks like something's wrong with the microverse battery.
The TVA can't work properly without Kang or Kang's AI Miss Minutes, currently missing. Finally, Sylvie, Loki, Mobius and X5 go back to the TVA to see the timelines disappear. Sylvie, the TVA's enemy who has murdered countless officers and started this whole mess, can just walk in and walk out of their headquarters freely. Similarly, she's angry at Loki for some reason, and Loki is acting as if he ruined the relationship for some reason. But she's the one that betrayed him, and she's now like, I'm going home, don't follow me. In 1997's movie As Good As It Gets, a female character asked Jack Nicholson's character.
How do you write women so well?
The fictional writer, Melvin, responds,
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
exactly on point for modern Disney female characters. Back to the show. Sylvie goes back to the brand, financing the show to chill. I guess Disney knew Loki season 2 would not make any money, so they monetized the content beforehand. The end. I can say that I found it better or less worse than Ahsoka, as in season 1 the sets, the music, the shots and the editing are all great.
And I approve this message.
Everything else is as uneven as Sylvie's motivations. Tom Hiddleston proves that he's a great cast for Loki. In particular, there's one good scene where X5 is pushing his buttons. He's a loser, he ruins everything, and he ruined his family. Tom's reactions are top-notch. He looks menacing, proud, regretful, and angry all at the same time. Loki's character arc, though, is difficult to understand and I bet is going nowhere. Lastly, the pace of the show is becoming silly. Present a threat, fix it, present the next threat, and repeat. And most importantly, do you even care about these characters and the reality-altering effects they are facing? Does anyone care about Marvel anymore? Because the way I see it, Loki is a show entirely separated from the MCU. Whatever happens here does not affect the events in other parts of the universe, even though it should. So being part of a larger storyline is not a selling point for Loki, which leaves us with an aggressively just okay show that is just not enough to bypass the apathy that is set on MCU fans. Do you know what this means? It means all of these stakes, characters, plotlines, devices and dangers are just boring and confusing. That's it for now, friends. Thank you for watching. I'll cover Robin Hood next. If you like what you saw and what you heard, hit the like button, subscribe, comment and keep the section
Civilized.